It's Maroof, isn't it? There you go, right.
I'm Mr. Maroof Abir. Before you start, may I confirm some personal details of you? Mrs. Valerie, can you please tell the court your full name?
Valerie Cruz.
And how old are you?
I'm 50.
And your occupation, please?
I'm a shop assistant.
And your marital status?
I'm a widow.
Can you tell us your full address, please?
I live in flat 14, which is in a block called Baseland in Fordham, Newcastle.
Where is this flat 14 in Baseline block?
Newcastle, Fordham.
Okay. It's at flat 40. How many flats does it have?
There's 10 stories.
Oh, it's 10 stories.
Yeah.
Which floor are you in?
I'm on the first.
You're on the first floor. Do you own the property?
No, I rent it from Newcastle City Council.
Right. Does anyone else live with you?
My son, Jimmy.
How old is he?
He's 25.
Can you tell the court why you're here today?
To do with an assault.
And when did the assault take place?
On the 2nd of January 2016.
Around what time on 2nd of January?
About 6:30.
Before we go further regarding the incident, what were you doing at 6:30 on 2nd of January?
I was watching television.
Where were you watching television?
I was in my living room.
And where is your living room?
It's at the rear of my flat.
And what happened while you were watching television?
I suddenly heard repeated bangings on my front door.
Can you describe what type of bangings there were?
Really, really loud bangings, about 8 to 10 times.
Okay. And what happened when you heard the bangings?
I sort of went down the hallway to the front door.
Okay, and what did you see when you went there?
Well, the door was shaking because of the force of the banging.
Okay, and what did you do about it?
Well, I was a bit nervous about opening the door, but I made the decision to open the door.
So then did you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you see when you opened the door?
Dennis Dickinson.
Who is this Dennis Dickinson?
He is my neighbour who lives below me.
And since how long do you know him?
We moved into the flats about the same time, about 3 years ago, so I've known him for about 3 years.
Which flat does he live in?
Number 4.
Number 4. So what is your relation like with Mr. Dickinson?
Fine, we've always got on.
So when Mr. Dickinson arrived, can you please explain his demeanour or his behaviour to me?
He was very angry, he was shouting at me straight away. His face was red, he seemed to be very drunk.
What makes you think he was drunk?
Well, I could smell alcohol, but also he could hardly speak, he's slurring, his speech was slurred.
Can I tell the court what he was saying?
Well, at first I couldn't understand it, but when I did, he was saying, your son is dropping cigarette butts outside my window. I'm not having it, I'm telling you, I'm not having it.
Can you describe his body posture while he was shouting?
He was right in my face, he was really close to me, his face was in my face.
Okay. And what did he keep shouting?
He kept saying that, but then he kept saying, I'm not having it, I'm not having it.
How did you feel about him?
Well, I was completely shocked. I said I didn't know what he was talking about.
And how did Mr. Dickinson respond to your reply?
He then grabbed me by my blouse, and he pulled me out of my flat and pushed me towards the ledge on the communal landing.
And what did he do once you were at the communal landing?
He pointed over the ledge and he said, look over there.
Did you look?
I did.
And what did you see?
I saw a few cigarette butts on the ground.
How many?
About 5 or 6.
5 or 6. And what was your response after seeing it?
Again, I said to Mr. Dickinson, I knew nothing about them.
And what did Mr. Dickinson, and what did you do after you told him that?
I turned and I headed back in towards my flat.
Which way did you head back?
Back down the hallway.
And what happened while you were heading down?
Well, I just got inside the flat and I just felt a really big push in my back and I stumbled in the hallway.
What happened when you stumbled?
Well, I started to panic, so I then started to run down the hallway to get to get away, so to run into the living room.
Okay, so did you manage to go to the living room?
Yeah.
And what did you do when you were in the living room?
I tried to shut the door because he was following me. But
You said you tried. Did you manage to shut the door?
No,
Why not?
He was too strong and he managed to get the door open.
And what happened once you managed
Well, I started to scream for my son. I screamed for Jimmy to help.
Okay. And what did Mr. Dickinson do at that time?
He punched me
How many times?
twice
Where?
in the face.
And what happened when he punched you?
I fell on the ground.
What did Mr. Dickinson do when you were on the ground?
He grabbed a vase and he smashed it on the head.
Where did he grab the vase from?
The living room table.
And how did you feel about it?
I was in a lot of pain.
Okay. And what did you do at that time?
Well, I was on the floor and I looked up and I could see that my son had arrived and was grabbed Dennis and was pulling him out of the living room.
So do you know what happened after your son pulled him out of the room?
I don't know what happened. I couldn't make out what was being said, but I heard a lot of shouting.
Okay. And where were you at that time?
I was in the living room, stayed there.
What were you doing in the living room?
I just tried to calm down, get myself together, and then I phoned the police.
Okay. You said you were in extreme pain when he put the vase on you and he punched you twice. Can you describe the nature of your injuries, please?
I had severe bruising across my forehead and around my left eye socket.
And how did these feel?
Really, really sore, very tender.
And how do you feel about the incident?
Well, it was really scary, it was really frightening, you know, the fact that it happened in my house, and, you know, it was really quite terrifying, actually.
Thank you, Mrs. Brooks. No further